Hey guys, Chris with KnowYourBest.com. What's one goal that if you accomplished it would have a ripple effect on your life? Maybe it's to get in shape, start a business, or get married to the person of your dreams. Whatever your objective may be, rest assured that you can achieve it. Don't fear if you've tried before and you failed. Today we're starting anew. I know that you're not alone if you struggled. About 92% of people will fail to keep their New Year's resolutions. But what about the 8% that kept them? What were they doing differently? Which goal-setting activities can you copy? Zig Ziglar has a great quote. It's that a goal properly set is halfway achieved. In this video, we're going to talk about how to set goals properly and the steps to achieving them. Let's start with the power of setting goals. The first question you might ask is, why set goals in the first place? The simple answer is that without goals, you have no way of knowing if you've achieved what you're after. Goals bring clarity and accountability. They also inspire you to drive action. They steer you in the right direction and remind you when to switch course. So this is why if you look at people that set goals, they just tend to be more successful. Another really fundamental technique is to start with the right mindset. So before writing down your goals, you check in with the mindset you're in. If you're feeling stressed, stop the video, do like 10 minutes of meditation, deep breathing exercises. If you're feeling unconfident, recite a few uplifting affirmations. Think about a recent achievement that you've had. Break out some paper. Start with, think about how your life could change if you wrote down your goals. How empowered and happy would you feel? Imagine the consequences of not setting goals. Are you okay with the regrets that might follow? This is all about stoking a fire within yourself to commit to your dreams and your aspirations. Remember, we only have one life to live, so we need to make it happen. Let's talk about the elements of a proper goal. What does a great goal look like? So there's a mnemonic out there that's very popular. You've probably heard of it, called SMART, and that's used for goal setting. It's short for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. I won't go through each of the steps. I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there for that and blogs on it. But let's talk about the time horizon of your goals. I like to start with 5-year goals. That's not too far out in the future to imagine, but it's enough time for you to do something big. Then break that down into 1-year goals, quarterly, as well as 1-month goals. Categorize them, right? You can have goals for physical and mental health, personal life, family, social life, career, spirituality. I recommend pursuing just 1 or 2 of those at a time so you can really focus and hone in on them. So now is your opportunity to write. I'll give you some instructions on how to get started, and then you can stop the video. You now know why goals are important, and hopefully now you have a burning desire to set and achieve them. So take out a piece of scratch paper, write down the first 25 goals that come to mind. Don't overthink them. Take 25 to 30 seconds on each one, tops. Next, run each run through this checklist. Do I want this goal for myself? Or is this what my spouse, my friends, or my parents would want of me? When I imagine it, does it stir my soul? Does it give me a rush of energy? Once you've discarded the goals that don't inspire you, build out the rest using the SMART method. Could you reasonably do it in 5 years or so? What types of sacrifices would I need to make to achieve this goal? If you're not yet comfortable with those sacrifices, perhaps you need to start with a smaller target. And by now, you should have only a few goals left, hopefully. Ask yourself if this could be a keystone goal, right? Could you apply this goal to multiple different domains in your life, right? Will this be kind of like a domino that will lead you towards achievement? So let's now talk about the system for achieving your goals. Let's start by looking at why people fail to achieve their goals. There's really 3 types of goal strivers out there. There's the first type of person who fails, and that's the one who absorbs a lot of knowledge but never acts on it. That's super common. You probably know people like this. Maybe you've been guilty of it. Failure 2 is the person who starts a new venture with massive enthusiasm only to fizzle out when adversity or boredom strikes. Then there's a successful person who decides what goals to pursue very methodically and then grinds at it every single day. Legendary investor Ray Dalio put it best in his book Principles. Successful people flourish because they do 2 things critically well. The first is that they identify the most important activities related to their goals. So ask yourself, What would it look like if this were easy? What 20% of activities would generate 80% of the results? Here you're trying to prioritize what's going to make the most impact. If you're losing weight, diet is the key element. In sales, it would be making enough prospecting calls. The second step is to repeat these activities every single day. So convert those into habits. If you wanted to write a novel, by the end of the year, you would write 300 words per day. That would take an average writer around 20 minutes. In that case, I would create a schedule for the day with a time block dedicated to that activity. Treat that time as sacred. Don't let anything get in the way of it. It takes on average about 66 days to form a habit, so stick with it until it sticks. But how do you keep motivation for months and years? I think the first thing is to visualize your goals regularly. Keep the goals in front of you. If you want to own a house, put a picture of your dream house on your nightstand. That will remind you daily of what you're chasing after. Lastly, don't be afraid to recruit others to help you on your journey. An accountability partner can be a great way to motivate you not to quit. Join clubs or groups of people that share similar goals. Talk to people that have already accomplished what you want. So that's the list. I'm curious, what your questions are about this goal setting routine. I hope it's helpful to you. Let me know what's worked for you in the achievement of your own goals. And please let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe or go to knowyourbest.com to get great self-improvement tips each week. Thanks a lot.